Perfect.
What's going on, guys? Welcome in, our blessed little angels. How y'all doing? Madden 23 franchise player motivations list is what we're going to be talking about today, and it's so exciting. I can't wait to get my hands on this. We're going to talk about the differences between last year compared to this year with contracts, and there's so much to talk about with these player motivations list, and I am foaming at the mouth right now. I'm literally foaming at the mouth to get a hold of this and just start cranking away, because my mind, as I'm going through this, all these things keep jumping out at me, and I'm like, okay, I can't talk about it yet. The game's not out yet, but we're going to give you guys a little bit of an exclusive dive on how the CPU's been thinking, how the CPU's likely going to think, and it's just going to be fun. So, get comfy, guys. Let us know who your favorite college team is down below. Subscribe, hit that like button. It helps us out. And let's light it up. So EA is overhauling the franchise mode for Madden 23, which would have been really nice of them to do about $500 ago, if I'm being frank. One big aspect that they changed is player motivations. Player motivations are for signing a player, particularly in the free agency signing period in the offseason. This has opened up so many opportunities to bring on players to your team by using different strategies and also having luck on your side. We're going to be breaking down all the player motivations and what to expect in Madden 23. How are we going to see Madden 23 change with these player motivations compared to previous Maddens? Well, first off, if we're on Madden's development team, we would say to the crew that they are going in the right direction with these new player motivations. This is the future of football gaming. No question about it. The only thing that we're concerned about is how they were going to grade these player motivations. It's only as realistic as how you grade it, okay? For example, we wonder how they're going to grade the Super Bowl chase motivation. This one piques our curiosity quite a bit. Are they going to be grading off of a team's overall, last year's record, or both? The last year's record is a shaky one because a team can lose a lot of their players and they can end up being a completely different team. So how do you grade that? Going off of the overall would be a smarter and more realistic move. However, EA did not release these details. Just rest assured, we will find them when the game releases. One thing our company is good at is breaking down how games work, and this year's Madden won't be any different, boys. Not at all. Madden 23 will now have 3 main player motivations for each player. These top 3 motivations will be presented to you, and the more you meet those expectations, the greater the chance you will have of signing him. Just because you only see 3 player motivations will not mean that there are not other motivations that you cannot see that will also help you sign him. Keep that in mind. Madden 23 is going to be Madden 22 with a little bit more sassy flair to it, boys. Madden 22 was based upon a point system, and Madden 23 will be the exact same. The only difference is the point system for Madden 22 was based upon contract only. Point system now will be a much more strategic and immersive experience, but it will still have the contract play a very big part. In previous Maddens, you would have to construct a contract to fit a player based upon his age, development, overall, and how many teams are bidding on said player. If it was a younger player with no other bids, then the player responded well to a contract with more years added on compared to the salary and signing bonus. He would like 7-year deals, and then he would take a cut on the signing bonus and salary, sometimes extremely on the signing bonus over the salary. If it was an elite player, we would go after more guaranteed money in his contract more than anything else, because what do they love? They love that cheddar, and they love when it's guaranteed. If any of the players had no bids, we could cut down our points by 20% and sometimes even greater and still be in a great spot to sign a player. It would still be similar to Madden 22, but with a twist this year. Now they have templates that you can use and modify, which we may use, or they may end up being a waste of time, a little bit of garbage moolah going on there. This is going to be the most exciting Madden free agency period that we have seen in a very long time. Let's go over the Madden 23 player motivations list and talk about it. Close to home. That's one of the player motivations of this year. Apparently Jarvis Landry signed with the Saints because he wanted to be closer to home, which is Louisiana. So EA gave him this motivation. If you are not close to a player's home and he has this motivation, it isn't a done deal, so don't freak out. Then we have Super Bowl chase. Like we mentioned previously, we wonder how they are exactly going to grade this for your team. Because I feel like they're probably going to get this one wrong. I hope they get it right, but I just have this feeling that how are you going to exactly grade this? And then we have team has a franchise QB. This is one that we are extremely excited about. There is a lot of great opportunity here that we will go over during Madden 23's release. This one is very exciting. Then we have Scheme Fit, another great one that really excites us. This could be almost hilarious in many regards, and we'll go over it in Madden 23's release. It could be just so hilarious. Anyways, we have Mentor at Position. This motivation likely will not be one of the top motivations that players will have, but it will be good to see if the player you're going after has this. So understand that. If you see this, it is probably going to be a blast for you. So this is probably going to be a good one, a very good one to have. Then we have Highest Offer. This is what it sounds like, which is the one who shows up with the most amount of money walks away with the player, or do they? We will see how exactly effective this is. Money in the bag, will bring the guy in, but you never know for sure. Then we have Top of the Depth Chart, another great one that we are so happy that Madden is putting as a motivation, because if I see some of these ones, I'm just going to go after them, and I'm going to laugh because I can already tell some of these ones are going to be bangers. Then we got Big Market. This is a big motivation for a lot of players in real life, so we'll see how many players have this motivation in the game. As an owner, are you able to bring the big city to you and become the most popular team by winning a lot? Will that help your big market to some degree? Because is the big market just how big the city is, or is it how big your brand is? Those are some questions that we do have. And then we have Warm Weather State. Unfortunately, you can't do much about this one. Yeah, I don't see us having much tips about this one there. I think that one, you're kind of on your own on that one. Then we have Historic Champions. At first, this is going to just be the luck of the draw of what your football ancestors before you did on this team. But the more you win over time, the better the chance you will have to sign a player with this motivation, because you can change history by just moving forward and winning. I mean, that's basically it. And then we have no income tax. Okay, this is becoming a bigger and bigger thing. States like California tax their people insanely high, so there are a lot more players that want to be able to play for teams in those states that have no income tax. They want to bring in more of their money because, that's it. Money talks. It's the way it is. So if you're bringing in more of your salary and you want to have, let's say you want to get paid the exact same amount as some other guy, but he's in California and then you're in, Florida, you're going to make more money. It's as simple as that. So these players like that, and that one's going to be one that you can't change. So it's just, hey, do I go and choose a team that has no state income tax? These are things that you're going to have to think about in the future, because you may want to just play your cards and say, hey, I could do the no income tax. I could do the warm weather state just by picking a Florida team. So there's a lot more strategy on not what you do moving forward, but who you pick from the very beginning. The goal of the signing players this year is to pad the stats, then put forth the best contract offer for the individual player. We will go over it more in the future when we release our tips, when the game is released, but this is going to be very exciting for us.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create